The Power is a compelling card which shows us that you cannot judge ability by appearance. The kanji character on the top of this card is Shikara, meaning energy and vigour in Japanese. This card, also like the rain before it, shares some similarities with another card, that of the Fight, and the difference in ages of the characters are suggestive of the relationship of sisters, and indeed in the story Tomoyo also remarks that the two cards appear similar. At first glance, this small-framed girl on the card may appear of slight build, and yet this card is one of great strength, and is somewhat chaotic in nature. In the story, it torments animals in a zoo, and is seen overpowering an elephant in a test of strength before being captured. As well as longevity, elephants have been known to symbolise strength in many belief systems around the world, with the Hindu cosmology of particular interest, as the world itself is supported by elephants at its cardinal points. It is sacred in many other religions too. In Islam, Muhammad was born during the year of the elephant, and that same year, Abraha, the king of Yemen, tried to overthrow Mecca in response to Mecca's destruction of a Yemeni cathedral, and yet he was stopped because of his white elephant, of which refused to cross into the sacred land. This was thought to be an important omen by Abraha's 40,000 soldiers, and so they refused to go. The girl on the card wears a symbol on her forehead, of which is formed from 3 spherical objects, the central one larger than the other 2. This Trinity symbol is at least somewhat reminiscent of the triple goddess image, showing moon phases and symbolic of maiden, mother and crone, or a life cycle of the goddess and the roles we play at each stage in our lives. Each of these is of great power in their own right. The maiden as an innocent beginning and an adventure into the enchantment of the world, and therefore the waxing moon. The mother is fertility and nurturing, growth and fulfillment in all aspects of life, not purely those of physical childbirth, and so she is the full moon. And the crone, the wise woman, and yet also the coldness of winter, the skeletal branches of which once were beautiful, and the waning moon. Taken as a whole, such as what's seen in these triunity images, the wisdom of all life is seen, and with it a mirror of the great and wondrous power of the earth itself. As well as these spheres, more circular shapes can be seen around the power card, most notably formed by her hair fashioned into buns, where the sun ray image appears in their centre in an apparent dualistic symbol. Altogether, not including those connected with other symbols, there are 9 spherical shapes around her dress. 9 is a number of incredible spiritual power, and the depths of this could not possibly be discussed in this short video. And yet essentially 9 is the esoteric number of man, as there are 9 branches in the tree of life connecting the spheres, of which in a whole represent everything in creation. 9 is also connected with the sacred number of 33. Jesus was said to be 33 years old when he died. 3 times 3, of course, is 9. There are also 9 spiritual gifts of God enumerated by St. Paul. In the second section of the Master Mason degree in Freemasonry, the main characters in this include 3 kings, 3 craftsmen and 3 ruffians, of which together add up to 9, and also of interest bring us back to the idea of a triple goddess style image, here masculinized with kings and craftsmen instead of mothers and maidens. Of particular interest, there are 33 segments in the human spinal column, of which again the 3 and the 3 make 9. On the card we can see this, illustrated in the power card, of where, upon the 9 spheres, appears one in the place of the heart. This can represent that amid all the power and chaos which were present in the card, the truest power lies in the emotion of love. This is referenced in the often misunderstood law of Thelema. Do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. Of where one's so-called true will always bring them into alignment with a highest ideal of universal love, perhaps the strongest of all creative powers of which lay within us. A sure sign of the strength laying dormant in this card are the large studded bracelets of which she wears, which, although often seen as popular fashion accessories today, have their roots in an early form of armour known as a brigandine, where metal plates, pressed between layers of leather, were fashioned together to make it difficult for bladed weapons to pierce through the leather hides and into the soldier underneath. Only a warrior would wear such armour, and so even today, such items are subliminally a sign of simultaneous defensive and offensive symbology. They protect us and yet also carry us through our struggles. To draw this card is, in its most basic form, asking one to call upon the power of which lays within themselves, in order to push through the challenges present in their own lives. Since this card appears very different from her overall abilities, it's asking the observer not to judge a situation by its outward or initial appearance, for all things carry within them a hidden world of which is not always obvious to those without the eyes of which to see. The power asks us to ride into the challenges of our lives with pride, and to emerge at the other side with a sense of well-earned completion and victory.